Yo! Video games.
Because Rumbleverse has been gone for so long.
It looks appealing.
No, I think because Rumbleverse is gone for so long that I have to put on the Thanos gloves. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm gonna leave that up to the imagination.
Yeah, okay.
Steve's gonna do it himself.
No, so I'm not gonna do it.
Starting his own dev company.
That's all I'm doing. That's all I gotta say.
Steve's gonna make the game himself.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Steve stole the source code.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Steve
I have no idea.
To...
Oh my god.
Steve is gonna dress up as a Rumbleverse character for the rest of his life.
No idea what you're saying.
Steve is gonna live Rumbleverse in real life.
Yes, that's what. In real life, I'm going to climb up.
You're gonna drink green stuff and gain your health.
Okay, Max.
Yes.
What had happened is he bought the rights and he bought.
Oh,
let's go.
Whoa, that's too far ahead.
Steve bought it.
Whoa, what are we talking about?
Dr. Karate, thank you.
I'm pretty sure Knockout City's dead too, yeah. Well, that was dodgeball.
Yeah.
You know, a lot, I mean, Knockout City was a derivative sports game.
A lot of people loved it too, Steve. Come on,
But you know what's funny? But you know what's funny? Knockout City, I think they have like private servers. Like people are actually like, man,
Yes, it was one of those games that like, here, like it's done, enjoy it.
Yeah.
They basically were good and said, hey, you know what? We'll open up to private servers.
You would think that another company would do something like that.
That was the game that
Why would Epic do that?
I got sponsored to play early on when they were first releasing it.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, this game is fun. Like a dodgeball game that's really snappy and the visually looks good and was responsive. And I'm like, yeah, this is good. Are these games anything that you want to like commit your life to? Some people will. It's like the same thing with like rollerball, or the other one that's like where like you're on skates.
Is that still going?
I think that's still going. Yeah. And another game that's like these games are real. They're not like low quality, but now there's a Roller Champions. They're good games, but there's so many options now, right? There are so many games that are kind of like this.
And here's the thing. This is what I think, the green lighting process of game making doesn't get right.
Steve.
What you just said. Options.
Yes.
And if everyone has committed themselves fully to one game already, I have no reason to leave that game I've committed myself to and start from scratch. Commit myself to something brand new. Your only
loop has to be so good.
Your only hope is for a COD situation to happen where they basically burn all their goodwill and you have a mass exodus of players and you're like, now I'm looking for what's my replacement for this? What's my replacement? For all 10 Rumbleverse people.
All 10?
So I have Rumbleverse was great. I mean, the thing is, I got just to defend Defense Force Rumbleverse a little bit. I didn't end up committing like a billion hours into it, just because that's hard for me to do in general. But Rumbleverse gave me video game moment feelings that no other game has.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in online BRs, where it's like, oh my god, I just zoom and drop a guy off a skyscraper, dude. And then when we hit the bottom, we hit a car and bounce up and we turn into a meteor on the way down.
You see, and the thing is that you miss those moments where you threw somebody in the air, I jumped up, knocked them back down, and then you combo.
It's so cool.
It is so insane.
Yeah, the mechanics, like the worst thing about the game was the art style. Everyone can agree. Mechanically, it was nuts. And it was really cool.
And watching people like Captain or Mustard invent combos on the fly and then show them off, and people can see the potential of what probably the devs didn't even realize. You know what I mean? And to see the combos that people were figuring out on the fly as well, and the devs are like, "Whoa,
the game was loose enough to figure it out."
Exactly.
When you had the big toss and the circle ended right on the edge.
Yeah, throw him in the lake. Get the hell out of here! Get the hell out of here! Wait for the clips from Rumbleverse of people playing that game that were like really good at it and like learning stuff were some of the funniest clips I've ever seen in a BR.
Yes.
We're like I think it was Katana Prime.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat player loved it, right? There was a clip of him.
Players loved it.
A lot of weirdly, he was sitting on a street, and on the other side of the street was just like the ocean. So it's just like straight down.
Oh, yeah.
He would hang out and look
At the
like he's
edge.
AFK on the edge. So what would happen is like a guy would be running up and then stop and then look at him from like a distance. He's like, I think we got one. So then he would sit there and not move a muscle, like he's literally AFK, and the guy would like look around and nothing's around, and then cook it at him and get ready to throw him out. And then as soon as the guy runs at him, he dodges and rolls out of the ring and kills himself. He's like, that's 3 today. It's like, wow, dude.
Yeah, dude, KP and like Steve are literally like the biggest like
people that love Rumbleverse
champions of those games.
Really loved it.
Yeah.
It's crazy that like I got Steve into Rumbleverse.
We talked about that.
I sold you on it.
Are you sure about that?
I did.
I am
Want to
sure
go watch the
about
VODs? You know what? Like, I hate the way this game
Did this guy get it wrong? I don't remember that at all.
Max absolutely sold you on it.
Did he?
He tried to sell all of us, and me and Kenny were kind of like,
Because I just suck. I lose every. I will make every.
Check the tapes. Yeah.
Whenever there's a rock paper scissors, I will.
It was
hit
too.
every wrong button.
It was too slow for me. Like
Yeah?
that's why I'm playing Naraka a lot now, where it's just.
Yeah, but then
Naraka's
it's
the
fast
same deal,
paced.
but it's just fast paced.
Yeah.
And that's why I was playing Naraka around the same time for the first time.
Yeah.
When Rumbleverse was coming out, I'm like, yeah, this is like Rumbleverse, but it's super fast. You know?
Super fast.
Get over here. Get back here.
And I do remember that.
I can fire up the box.
I'm gonna stroke my beard on that one.
I can easily fire up the bot. You ready? You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's
do it.
Max got the receipts.
Pretty sure.
Max got the receipts.
I'm pretty sure.
We're gonna go to like some of my first Rumbleverse.
It was
streams.
too ugly for me to care. Demented Hag. That's very ironic coming from that username.
Dang.
Well, Demented. His real name is Johnny Rage.
Demented Hag.
Well, he calls himself Demented
I just think
Hag,
it's funny.
but he's Johnny Rage, and he's actually super sick. And he taught me how to.
I was able to keep the.
Johnny Rage taught me how to quick scope.
That's like last year. None of those are that.
What?
Those are way too new.
I'm trying to see because it was definitely a YoVideogames stream.
Well, Johnny Rage, but I call him Johnny Rage.
Birthday stream. Here, let's see if this is it.
When is the AEW one gonna come out?
Did
I see all of us.
they had like a
No, the mode. There's
the mode came out like for a few days, but it's gonna come out again.
See, we were literally playing Naraka that one night, right? And doing some random stuff.
I'm not sure if it was this one. I think it was before this.
the AEW mode came out.
Yeah.
The Rumbleverse mode. Literally the BR mode.
Weird.
Yes.
Wait,
for like,
listen.
World.
Yeah.
Everyone is like a meat chugging, protein sucking wrestler.
Over the top.
yeah.
Steve, we're not liking it.
They have squanched chicken.
See, and he's playing on my account.
Yeah.
So here.
Have you played duos?
Is that a rando or?
Close to the ocean, I no shit threw like 8 people into the water. I'm not even kidding you.
Don't
There was
say
like
it, Chad.
9 people in the final.
Like
Yeah, like 5 damage, 5 health.
Yeah.
That's good.
No.
He's coming back to revive.
We might have been one before this, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But even then, yeah, what's up?
So this is probably like the first time I actually played the game.
This was like the first time you saw the game, and you're just like, this ain't it for me.
Yeah.
You were not into it.
Yeah,
I had to tell you, no, the gameplay is great.
Huh.
I had
so
like
funny.
literally
Steve on
convinced y'all
there.
you will like this.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Okay.
I gave you something to love.
Yeah.
And then it was taken away.
It was
viciously taken away.
Why'd you get him addicted to a substance that's no longer available?
Right.
Sorry.
And the fact that again you have
Honey, come here.
Who, me?
you have the other game where the company's like, yeah, sure, you guys can have it. Was Rumbleverse on PC or no?
Yes.
So you'd think that since PC is the thing where everyone hackers they just grab the source code and they take all that stuff. You'd think somebody would have just grabbed all that stuff and said, yeah, we're just gonna play it offline or play it on private servers or something like that.
That could absolutely have happened.
So why didn't it?
Because nobody cared.
Everybody cared, Simmons. Everybody cared.
I'm sorry you laid yourself up for this
Everybody
one.
cared, dude.
I'm sorry you laid yourself up for this one, but this
Oh my
the
god.
game never caught on.
There's gotta be like a source code for that game somewhere, right, chat? Like, people could actually play the game offline, aka online, via, like
The
Parsec
thing
or
is,
whatever.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying it didn't have an audience.
And the thing is that the audience was so massive that the company got just because they were like, dude, this is going to supersede Fortnite. And I was like, you know what? They don't want that to happen. And I knew that was going to happen. So as soon as Fortnite got jealous, they were like, look, we're competing in the same company. Why would you do that? It makes sense that they would drop it out. But at the same time, you got a game that is doing way better numbers than Fortnite. Why the hell would you take that away from the entire community that is larger than Fortnite? It makes absolutely no sense.
I need
the reality.
Where is your
the reality?
Where's your Copium dealer?
Is that
Who
the
is
game?
your Copium dealer?
The game.
How do I huff this?
More people fall in love with BR than Fortnite ever did, and they knew they had a problem. The same company that is making Fortnite makes another BR. Why would you do that? You're competing with yourself, right?
Bought Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
It's also a BR.
You're right,
and it's kept it going. You know why? Because people were playing.
First of all, Fall Guys. Fall Guys is fun. It's a good game. I mean, we enjoy that. You guys never played it. I mean,
we played it.
I don't know. Yeah,
we played it.
And then I mean,
Simmons has an emote.
I'm a Fortnite aficionado, so I mean, I can say that.
Fortnite?
Both of them. Fortnite and Fall Guys.
You barely even play Fortnite.
I play Fall Guys. I'm like one of the highest levels on there.
What happened to this place, man?
I'm pissed.
Are we bragging about being great at Fortnite?
Yes.
Is there bragging?
No, well,
because
Steve,
Final Fantasy got announced. Cloud got announced.
He had a question that was legit, which was, how come nobody likes trying to reverse engineer, run Rumbleverse like privately or whatever, or extract the data? Right, because Epic owns it, but also because there's not that much interest.
Well, no,
there's enough interest. I think it's just that Epic
you would think somebody would be able to hack the
servers. Because if people are dedicated enough, they will figure it out.
Just for clarification, those games where it's like, oh, we're dead, see you later, isn't people like hacking servers, compiling code, and making it available again?
Right.
No. It's actually the devs in the twilight of the game putting it out there. It's actually from the developers every single time.
Right.
So it's like, here's the tools to play our game, enjoy.
Yeah.
Because it's done.
That's what Knockout City did.
That's what Rising Thunder did.
Right, and I totally get that, but I'm saying that the people, let's say what happened with Mortal Kombat and Tekken, where the people just fucking hacked the shit out of the game, and now they played it offline, and then they were able to do whatever they want with it.
Do you actually have an example of that?
Like with Mortal Kombat, you mean?
Yes, any of those things.
I
have like an example that I can debunk for you.
Okay, so Street Fighter. Street Fighter is a great example.
Okay.
The Street Fighter was on PC, got hacked to oblivion.
Wait. Which version? Which game?
The Street Fighter beta.
You mean Street Fighter?
Okay. Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 beta.
Yeah. Okay.
Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 was the one that first
Street Fighter 5 beta, Street Fighter 6 beta as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Street Fighter 6.
But what could you do with that beta?
You can only play it offline.
Exactly.
But people that really wanted to play those games could play that game online if they wanted to. They can make their own servers. Okay, a better example. No, wait. A better example.
Number one in Street Fighter? No, they could.
A better example would probably be SOCOM and Outbreak.
Right.
So those games.
So those games are still running on their original hardware.
Right.
Number one.
Sort of.
And sort of. Technically, the original hardware / emulation of original hardware. Yeah. And what people did was essentially reconstruct in the background the matchmaking servers that PlayStation used back in the day.
Right.
So it's like mock servers that function a similar way that populate those lobbies.
What he's asking to do for Rumbleverse.
Right.
So if you're asking that for Rumbleverse, the reason that exists is because that doesn't work just for those games. It works for a shit ton of games. Right. That back end works for like emulation and a ton of different PS. So Resident Evil, Outbreak, and SOCOM and anything else people do. Rumbleverse would just work for Rumbleverse.
They have their own specific server.
And granted, where was the matchmaking for Rumbleverse actually working?
Epic.
In Epic.
Yeah.
The most safeguarded billions of dollars.
The Fort Knox of
Fort Knox of fucking video games.
Yeah.
So no one's just going to be able to like suddenly I have it. It's not going to just work unless somebody literally leaked it and then somebody, like for example, people have private servers of Final Fantasy 11. Right, the version of the game I played, not the current version, but the one from when I played back in the early 2000s.
So like the like 1.5 or some shit.
Some people actually own server space where thousands of people play on private servers, the old 1.0 type versions of the game.
Yeah. So if a Square said cease and desist, they wouldn't care anyway because they're not making any money off of it.
Sure, I mean they might be, but like still, like that's a situation where it has worked out. But ultimately, like there was a huge demand.
Yeah.
Because people wanted to play old FF11. The same way people wanted to play old WoW. There was a really big demand from the older player base.
Sure.
So fans essentially came up with a solution.
Well, okay, another example.
That's my point, is you don't have that huge
I hear what you're saying, because it's a specific private server that is owned by Epic, which is like the Fortnite of
Well, it's not even that. It's
right?
just like...
If you look at something like, let's say, GTA, where the entire community just took the servers, made it their own, from the giant, corporation of, Rockstar.
Right, but Rockstar allowed that. They gave people the ability to do that.
Well, that's number one. The number two thing is...
They gave people the ability to,
the
make
game
their own
died
servers
so
with rules.
fast that if there was a dedicated group of people who wanted to create their own server, create their own backend, perform some sort of miracle...
Simmons, there's millions of them.
Yeah,
There's millions.
And
There's not the kind of...
Chat has a good point. Rumbleverse is also a weird fucking game. Rumbleverse does not use rollback netcode. The way it uses some wild, different netcode.
I will agree. I will agree. The online was kind of wonky at certain times, especially on the 4v4.
Online was wonky, but it was a solution to worldwide gameplay. It was a solution that we're gonna have to go beyond rollback, right? So there was some funk that happened in between there because they were still ironing out the problems. The other issue with Rumbleverse is that it isn't just I connect and it works.
Yeah.
I connect to a host and it works. No, it was not like that. The matchmatching had a ridiculous amount of logic to make the netcode work. So that's why...
It wasn't the same as Fortnite?
No, not at all. It's completely different. So the issue with Rumbleverse is that its matchmaking uses some crazy shit to make the netcode work. And if they don't get the right people, this happened with Rumbleverse. We know there's a lot of people playing, but it just won't match people.
Yeah.
You sit in lobbies forever.
Yeah.
And that was stuff that they were ironing out.
And you remember, in season 2 or season 3, they actually started matchmaking people from overseas and shit like that. And this is the reason why Ketchup and Mustard dropped out.
Yes.
Because people
connections.
The connections between America and EU.
Because
it was
you know
actually
why
getting
that
wrecked.
happened?
It was actually getting wrecked.
Player base.
No, there was a lot of people playing. He literally just said that. There was a lot of people playing.
There was people playing, but they weren't close.
connecting. They weren't connecting.
And they weren't connecting because they did not ultimately have a solution to
the bad netcode that they had.
Not the bad netcode, but how the matchmaking and all the netcode did work.
Yeah.
Because obviously, just
client-side
rollback wouldn't work.
That problem wouldn't have even come up if there was just that many players in any given part of the world.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's
if there was always 10,000 people playing from the U.S., then yeah. I think it's a little bit of column A and column B, where
it is.
They sunsetted the game not just because there wasn't enough people playing, but also just because they maybe were expecting things that did not hit in the ways it did. Maybe it didn't monetize in the way it did.
I'm guessing they were
well, and I agree with Steve where I'm this is weird that it shut down so fast.
Yes, and it was way too quick.
It's way too quick, but I'm saying the reason why you're not seeing a weird dedicated underground movement is because the game didn't have that many players.
And granted, even if it did have an underground movement, it's in an Epic vault. It's like it's like going to Disney and complaining, why isn't Song of the South on 8K Blu-ray? Not in the same exact way,
Don't
but
worry,
in the same.
I want that next.
In the same way that something that we want you to forget about is now kind of gone. It's like asking.
But here's the thing, though. If imagine, just put this in your brain. Imagine Epic sunsetted Fortnite.
Sure.
At the end of this year.
Okay.
And I was like, we're gonna have a new game next year. Fortnite's gone. It's done.
Night Fort is next.
Someone would figure out how to get Fortnite up and running.
Yes. Because there's just so many people.
Because there's just so many people who would figure that out.
Yeah.
They would find a way. Yeah. Life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
But there's no life in Rumbleverse.
Yeah, there is.
It's dead.
The thing is, there was plenty of people playing it, and it has a really hardcore, dedicated community because it was legit good. But it's just not.
Is Fortnite rollback?
No.
How is the net code for you and Ken playing Fortnite?
In Fortnite.
Yeah.
It depends on what you run across.
So you had really bad.
But here's the thing: rollback is
bad games. We'd randomly run into a person.
It probably does have some form of deterministic netcode in some way, but it's server based.
Yeah.
So you're just going to connect to the West Coast server and get nothing but good connections.
Yeah.
Because there's a billion.
Well, because I said there's a billion people playing on Fortnite. So yeah, we're gonna get.
It's crazy. There's a trillion people playing on.
That's what I heard.
There's a trillion people playing.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I do feel bad because
you're gonna get your game, Steve. Don't worry.
You get a game, you really like it, and they just take it away. I do feel bad about that.
What you have to do is you have to hold back. You have to hold back. You got to be like, this game's all right. Can't get too excited about it.
That's what I was about. Yeah.
Play the shit out of it and love it, and then when somebody asks you, it's like, what do you think about this? It's alright. So you have to like downplay the shit out of it all the time.
Yes, that's the literally.
You can't give the devs an iota because all they do is they just have like a Steeb monitor.
Right?
Like it fucking
get it out of here. Get it out of here.
Steeb never really too much. Yeah.
Get it out of here. I've seen it. I've seen their offices. They're waiting. They're waiting for that. It's just the nature of the beast.
You do like some weird things, though. Rumbleverse wasn't that weird, but you like weird-ass Resident Evil. You like weird multiplayer games.
Because they're fun. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is blowing up all over freaking Twitch right now. Everybody's playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That game is a blast. And I started playing it, and I'm like, dude, I don't understand.
Is it asymmetrical?
It's a little different.
Yeah.
But it's like now it's like there's more villains.
It's 3v4.
It's 3v4.
3v4.
Oh.
Instead of, yeah.
Like,
so like the villains have like some coordination too, I guess, right?
It is fucking fun. It is scary, and it tests your patience.
Can't be careful.
Oh yeah, I mean no, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's fine. It's like it's whatever. It's whatever. It's
weird
like
legal.
fine.
Game had to immediately die.
Yeah,
Closing down the game.
It's okay. It's like it's like whatever. It's not really a big deal. It's like who cares? Who cares? You know.
Before they shut down Vampire Survivors because Steve kind of likes it.
Yeah.
We should play Vampire Survivors 4-player.
Yeah.
We should try this out. Chat. Let's do this.
Jesus.
I think we got our controllers plugged.
Can't like nothing. Jesus, man.
It's like dating, basically, Steve. The more you feel your person you're dating, good luck.
Good gravy, man.
You can't. It's like dating, Steve. You have to be like, I kind of like you, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Can't be too nice.
Yeah, you can't be. If you're dating and you're like, oh my God, girl, I really dig you. Goodbye.
Yeah, girl.
Goodbye.
I kind of like you, Kenny.
Yeah, I gotta like that.
I like, yeah.
I like you, Dex.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
God.
Yeah, Steve, you have to just treat it like, you're dating, like,